When I was in elementary school, I would have sleepovers with my friends on a regular basis. Sometimes it was at my house, sometimes theirs. I remember staying at a friend's house one night. At the time, it didn't seem any different from other sleepovers we'd had. We were in his basement, and scattered across the floor was an assortment of trading cards from a game called Magic the Gathering. Me being the person I am, I instinctively began picking them up. I asked my friend about the cards, and he said I could keep them. Together we assembled a deck, and he spent the night teaching me how to play. Today, I am 24 years old, and what started as a ragtag pile of cards on my best friend's basement floor has since grown to a collection over 6 boxes in size, and it's not yet done growing. It's hard to say what exactly attracted me to the game. The fantasy of the cards, the strategy of the game, the culture and people involved with it. All I know is that by high school, I couldn't escape its allure. At lunch, I would sit down with my friends, and before we could even take a bite, we were pulling out decks and shuffling the cards. During our off hours, we'd meet in the library, not to study for classes, but to enhance our magical prowess. And on the weekends, we'd venture forth unto game stores, battling fiercely against others in tournaments of mages. The scenery may have changed since then, but the journey remains the same. A new assortment of cards is just on the horizon, and I intend to claim victory at the imminent gathering. But before I get ahead of myself, maybe I should explain what Magic the Gathering is first. Imagine yourself as a great and powerful wizard. You travel the multiverse, navigating the planes of existence in search of ever greater power. You carry with you a deck of spells collected from your journeys, and with them, you duel other wizards in displays of magical strength. Your quest? To become the greatest wizard to traverse the multiverse. This is Magic the Gathering. Fantasy element aside, the game is fairly simple. Defeat your opponents by one of 3 ways. 1. Reduce your opponent's life total from 20 to 0. 2. Eliminate your opponent's deck so they can't draw cards. Or 3. Play cards that let you win by meeting certain conditions. The most common method is knocking them down to 0. Players take turns playing cards from their hands until eventually a victor is declared. Of course, none of this makes sense unless you know the cards. There are 7 basic card types. Creatures. These are the most abundant card type. They can be used to attack opponents and block creatures attacking you. Some of them also have special abilities. Enchantments. These cards typically provide permanent effects, both good and bad. They can be used on creatures, players, or the game as a whole. Artifacts. These are similar to enchantments, and can serve a variety of purposes. Think of them as little machines meant to help the player. Instants and sorceries. Most of the time, these are one-use cards, and they are discarded once the effect is done. While sorceries can only be played on your turn, instants can be played on any turn. Planeswalkers. These are a relatively new card type, and a rare one at that. They function like additional wizards that have come to fight by your side. However, the most important card type is the all-powerful land. See, lands produce something called mana, and mana is the basic resource in Magic the Gathering. Every card in your deck has something called a mana cost. This is the amount and type of mana required to play the card. So in order to play cards, you need to have mana, and in order to have mana, you need to have lands. Simple, right? Well, not so fast. There are 5 types of mana: white, blue, black, red, and green. Not only do these colors determine what cards you can and can't play, but they each have their own unique identity. White is the color of order and stability. Blue is the color of manipulation and control. Black is the color of death and decay. Red is the color of chaos and destruction. And green is the color of nature and life. Each color plays differently from the other, leading to different playing styles, strategies, and deck types. Combine these colors together, and the possibilities are virtually endless. I have been playing Magic extensively for the better part of 8 years now, and if there's one thing that gets us players excited, it's new cards. 4 times a year, Wizards of the Coast, the company that makes Magic the Gathering, prints new sets of cards, and for us, it's like opening a big pile of Christmas presents every single time. Each set introduces new mechanics, interactions, and possible strategies for us to experiment with. The best part of all are the new set celebrations. Large tournaments where players gather to compete with the new cards for the very first time. It just so happens that a new set is about to be released, and I am preparing for the festivities. When players gather at events like these, it's like wandering into a community marketplace. Mages flip through binders of cards, hoping to purchase rare and powerful spells to add to their collection. Others make deals with one another, trading cards from their own collection for cards from another. As a trading card game, part of the allure of Magic is being able to collect a wide variety of cards, ranging from lowly common spells to valuable rare ones. And this value goes beyond the game itself. Age, player demand, and power level all play into a card's monetary value, and the more the people want it, the more value it will hold. It's exciting owning cards that are powerful in the game, but owning something of value always makes it better. As the tournament approaches, I keep an eye out for which new cards I'd like to hopefully open in the booster packs I am given. So, today is the big day. I'm headed off to the tournament at Barron's store, Above and Beyond Games. The way it works is I basically pay a fee, and then I am given 6 booster packs, which is the little packs that the cards come in. And from those 6 booster packs, I have to construct a 40 card deck. I am headed over to Sonic because I did not have a chance to eat. A good breakfast is the key to a good Magic game. Every round you play an opponent, and then you either win or you lose, or on rare occasions you draw. And then the next round, the winners get paired against each other and the losers get paired against each other. And you basically keep going until there's one person left who goes undefeated. Could I get a supersonic breakfast burrito?
Yeah, of course. Anything else?
That's it.
Howdy, I just got a supersonic burrito, correct?
Yep.
324. And here you go.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Y'all stay warm. Have a nice day.
You too. It's always a gamble every time you go to a tournament like this because you don't know what you're going to get. Third place is like my bottom ranking that I will accept and be happy with. I don't want anything less than third. I would be severely disappointed, and if that happens, it probably means that I did not open very good cards. All right, let's find a good parking space. We could probably park right in front here. Since this is a tournament, and there are extra prize cards given out to the top finishers, I'd obviously like to win it all. But winning isn't all there is to the game. For me, Magic is less about the outcome, and more about the experience you have with others. We form a brotherhood with one another, a common bond by which we can relate, share, and grow together. We are here to have fun, to laugh and tell stories, and to create new stories for future gatherings. Some of my closest friends have been introduced to me through Magic. Some of my friendships are based entirely around the game. Without Magic, I would not be where I am today, nor would I be the person I have come to recognize. It is the companionship I treasure most, and it is these cards that bring us together. But even though we're brothers, that doesn't mean we can't get a little competitive sometimes. Let the games begin! So 4th place was a bit lower than I had hoped. But you know what? I think I'm okay with that. I got to play the game I love, be around the people I connect with, and most importantly of all, it was a pretty gosh darn good time. Some people think it's crazy how much money I spend on the game, or how much time I put into it. But honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Skaters are gonna skate, artists are gonna paint, and Magic players are gonna do what they do best: shuffle their cards and play. Years down the road, the cards will inevitably stop coming. But just because they stop doesn't mean the gatherings have to end.